Hi, it's Steffi from Steffi's Beads and Baubles, and my husband and I hit an amazing flea market this weekend, and I wanted to share what we got. Now I'm going to split this into two videos. The first one is going to be jewelry, then I might do three. Then I'll do a crafting haul, and then I will do the non-jewelry or crafting, because there's enough for each to do at least a short video of each. So I'm going to start with this first buy I got, and I'll show you the rest of it in my second video. And this, I'll take it over here. This was a box I got for $25. There was a ton of jewelry and a bunch of crafting supplies as well. But I'm going to show you the jewelry part right now. And I got all of these things for $1 each. These still have the tags on them. They're modern pieces, but for $1 or $1.50, I can't remember, I got some amazing charms on here. Beautiful lampwork glass beads. I got a snowflake painted. I've got a package, a little snowman face. I got a tree, and this is a little bell charm, and a little beautiful red flower. Looks like a crystal flower. So I mean, I got all these wonderful charms here. All of this for, I believe it was $1.50. And then I got this one, which has a different colored flower, a different snowman, a different tree, snowflake, a beautiful snowflake bead. Just some gorgeous, beautiful pieces. And I can reuse the bracelet part as well. So for $3, I was pleased with those. And then for $1 each, I got this one. And what fascinated me about this, these are very heavy. I believe they're glass coated with this really interesting, let's see if I can get it to show up. It's a really interesting texture on these beads. Do you see that texture? And I'd never seen I normally buy the spacers like this. See if I can get my camera to focus. They're clear, they're silver. These had orange ones, which I thought was really fun. And this was $1. It has this beautiful cross charm on it. And I loved the colors on this one. Now I don't care for the heart. I'm going to restring it with a different piece here. But I love the beads. I loved these beads, and I thought the colors were stunning. Then this was also $1, and it is acrylic, but very nice quality. These are quite heavy. These I think are still acrylic, yes, but they're that real heavy, nice quality. And then these, even though they're acrylic, are very clear, very nice quality. And I have no problem with acrylic because I mix some acrylic with my glass if it's nice quality. Then I love this one because it was all those really fun, sparkly beads. And that was $1. And then this was a set I got, I think, for $2. And I mean, this thing's huge. I don't know what this is, if it's a seed or if it's a stone or if it's glass. But I thought all the components. Now these are paper. So Bev, if you're watching, these are paper beads. I did not realize that until I got it home. And I've got 4 of those big, gorgeous paper beads. And then just a nice big toggle, some chips. And I love these kind of tribal looking beads. So I thought that was a really good deal. So that was all from that lady. Then this was a single purchase. I think I paid $0.10 for it. And I just want to snip the wire and take these fantastic flowers off. I thought those were neat. And I like these too. I'm not sure if they're plastic or glass. Probably plastic. They feel like it. But for, I think, $0.25 it was. $0.10 or $0.25. It was ridiculous. It was either $0.10 or $0.25. No more than that. I thought that was worth it for all these beautiful flowers. This was a purchase I made. And this is heavy. These are either onyx or glass. And these beads here are definitely glass or stone, and they are absolutely stunning. The colors are so beautiful. I mean, it's just a beautiful necklace. Handmade, you can tell, it's loose, but the beads themselves are worth the $1 I paid. More than $1. I mean, these are stunning beads. And then from the same lady, I bought this, and I bought it for the parrots. I got it for $1. I bought it for the parrots. I thought these giant parrots were so much fun. And I do like the spacers. They're like a brassy gold. And then these are real pretty. I believe those are a glass. Some nice wooden beads, including these ruffled wood beads, which I've never seen a ruffled wood bead. And just a lot of fun wooden beads. I have a ton of these. I'm not exactly sure what they're supposed to be, but I have a bunch of them from some other necklaces I took apart. But for $1, it was well worth to get the components. I got 4 of these ruffles, these 2 beautiful green and the parrots, plus 3 of these brass. I guess this guy doesn't have one on this side, but 3 of these gorgeous brass findings. So, and then this next lot I got for $20. Everything in here for $20. Now this is in a bag because it's broken, but they're really nice glass beads in purples and green, and some shell chips as well. So for basically a tiny bit over $1 each. This one, I like this focal bead here. Looks like it's hand painted, maybe a seed pod, or I know there's those seeds that you can buy. And then I like the big brass looking ones, and I thought these were pretty. I just thought the beads themselves were very pretty. Some nice wood. I like the natural tones. Just a really pretty necklace. And then this is heavy. I believe these are stone. All these colored ones are stone. And then there's, I thought these were wood, but I think they might be a clay or a stone or a ceramic as well. It's too heavy to be wood. And this is part of the $1 or the $20 lot I got. Acrylic, but again, nice pretty acrylic would be a nice complement with some glass. They're a real pretty, kind of opaque-ish in parts, clear in parts, green bead. This one has some really pretty acrylic beads. This is obviously a more vintage one, but I like the little twists and thought those were some pretty beads. And then this one's really cool. Nice quality. I mean, these are gorgeous quality. My husband was looking at it and said, wow, these are such good quality. They don't even have a seam. They got to be plastic. They're so light. But you can, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but these beads are gorgeous. They're very smooth. There's no real seams. They're just beautiful in a light, light pink. Beautiful pink bead with tiny little brass. They probably were gold and they've turned to brass baser beads. But a gorgeous piece. This is another Monet vintage piece. It's actually on chain, not on wire or string. I have another one of these somewhere, and it's Monet. The tag says Monet on it. I don't know if you'll be able to read that. It's awful hard to read, but it does say Monet on it. And really nice piece. And then this is obviously another vintage piece. And it's got some neat beads in it as well. I love the little painted beads, and they're all like a pearly with some clear. Again, a nice quality piece, even though they're not glass. I don't think any of these are glass, but they're good weight and nice quality, and it's in really nice shape. But you can tell by the findings that it's an older piece. A cute little bracelet. These have a nice little glow to them. I'm pretty sure they're plastic, but they're still very nice. Got a little bit of marbling through them and some shells, and I think these might be glass here. If they're plastic, they're extremely good quality. Here's one that appears to be stone. It feels like stone. It's got heft to it. Nice little beads here with a nice pattern on them. A pretty charm or pendant. And some shells. and a nice pink stone with an interesting almost kidney bean shape, and a really pretty toggle clasp. I love this bracelet. All these pieces can be used individually for embellishing things or as charms. You can do a lot with them. And here's another one that's pretty heavy, although I think it's plastic. It's got a lot of nice bead caps. They actually took bead caps, put them around a simple bead to make a bead out of the bead caps. And then there's some little painted, they look painted. This has a tulip on it. See if I can get that to show up a little better on camera. And it looks like these might be glass or crystal. It's just an interesting handmade piece. You can tell it's handmade. It's very loose, not tied very well. But somebody, you know, used some pretty beads. These orange ones are kind of cool. See if you can see that. And again, real pretty bead caps. So a lot of these older pieces are great. Now this one's got some scratching. So this was obviously a painted black bead that got abused. And this one too. So some of these are chipping. But you know what? It's okay, because you can either not use those or you can do something like paint them with nail polish or something. I probably just won't use them. Now I love this type of necklace because you've got so many elements in it that you can use. You've got seed beads, you've got beads, you've got seashell, you've got whatever these are. They're real pretty. Just a nice mix. It looks like little wood beads here. Just a fun necklace that has so many really useful things you can use in such pretty colors. Again, a little over $1 each. And then this one has stone. This is very heavy, and you can feel these are plastic, but I think the rest of it, these are plastic, I believe. Oh, they might be glass. Yeah, I don't know. They feel like when you rub them together. I think these are plastic, but they might be glass. But I know for a fact these are stone, and these are a stone. It's very heavy. And then some of it is glass. So I don't know. These might be glass. I tapped it on my tooth, which my husband hates when I do. Might be glass. I can't tell for sure. This is kind of like one of those, I don't know if you're allowed to say brand names, but I don't know what they're called, but the wide hold beads. And let's see if I can get that on camera. And the beads are all in beautiful shape. The charms are a little faded from use, but the beads are gorgeous and the bracelet's still usable. So that's going to have some fun parts to use. And it's got all kinds of sea-related charms on it. Seashells, turtles, starfish. I mean, this was probably a very nice bracelet. There's no marking on it, but they used a very nice clasp. So it's not probably the name brand, it's probably a knockoff, but they did a good job. It's a pretty piece. Then there's this one, which has 3 pretty glass beads. I like that you have 2 you can use as earrings, and then one that you can use for something else. And there's also 2 of these. Well, actually, there's 4 of those. You got some black seed beads, some little tiny pearls in a beige color. Overall, just a real pretty, even if it's handmade, which it might be, but actually looks professionally made. Nice piece. They've got the, not many handmade pieces have the leftover chain. I tend to do that on some of mine, but not everybody puts extra chain. I don't always. So it's not always proof that it's professionally made, but oftentimes that's what that means. Now these are all just little glass beads. Nothing terribly special. Actually, they could be plastic beads, honestly. But they're nice little filler beads when you're doing a necklace or a bracelet and you just need a few little pieces. Some nice spacers on there. I like the kind of bead caps or spacers. I think they're bead caps. There's one on both sides. See if I can get that to show up for you. Real pretty. This one's all stone. All stones. These are all stones. You can tell by hearing, and you can tell by picking it up. They're all stone. Very pretty. These look like they're a smaller stone, like a kind of a brown. And again, it's an older piece. You can tell by the clasp. Yeah, most people don't use these nowadays. So I don't know how old it is, but it's got a nice focal bead too. Then this is a nice piece. It's got this really cool foil. Let me see if I can get that to show up. It's not looking as good. This is like brilliant colors in person. Like foiled, really brilliant. And then it's got these drops, which I really like. And just a lot of little neat silver metal beads. Some little drops. Just a lot of nice little things. It's got a barrel clasp and does appear to be handmade. You can see by how big those loops are. But they did a nice job. It's a really pretty piece. Then there's this one that also appears to maybe be another homemade piece by the same person. They did the same type of very loose loop. And then they used nice beads. They used some crystal and glass. This is all glass. And a cute little focal bead. Kind of an abalone shell on the bottom. Now this piece is really neat, and I'm going to do some investigating on this piece. It does have a signature on it. I can't read it. I'm going to have to get my loop out. But this might be something special, and I didn't realize it till I got it home. That it's kind of pretty. I don't think it's real diamonds or anything like that. But it's very pretty. You can tell by the settings it's not. But it's very pretty. I don't know if it has a name brand and if it's worth selling. But it's just really unusual with the what is it, emerald cut. It seems to be in very good condition, a nice piece. Then the last lot I got of jewelry, and the guy next to the woman where I bought the big lot, he says, "Well, do you like watches?" And I said, as a matter of fact, yes, I do. For $1 each, I got these because I still want to do some of those watch pendants that I've been collecting watches for 5 or 6 years to do, and I just haven't done it. Now this one's already a drop, which is kind of cool. But the only problem is you can't hang anything on the bottom, but you could decorate above it. And you get this nice bracelet that I can use for something else. This one's really nice. Now I have a similar one, but they made the watch band so small I don't know what human it would fit. There's no way I could see it fitting on many people's arms. This one is cool. I don't know, doesn't say a brand on it. So it's obviously just a cheapie, Japan. But I like the shape of the face, and I love the pearls, which are in absolutely beautiful condition, and I can always use these nice spacers. Very nice piece for $1. I thought this one was really fun because I can do a Southwestern themed, because the watch itself, let's see if I can get that up there for you to see. Even the watch itself has that nice pattern around it, and then I can always use a part of the strap maybe on top, drill a hole through it and maybe hang it like that and then put beads on the bottom. I just thought it was cool. Does it have a name? It says Mary C. Or is that what it says? I think so. Then this one looks like a watch kit that I have. I don't know what, I can't read the name, Circa. It says Circa, I think. And again, a really pretty watch. It's got a little bit of that Southwestern around the face. It's got these gorgeous, which I would leave this part because you can. You could leave the top and bottom and do your loop on top and beads out the bottom of this, which gives it a really unique look. And then this one was fun because I like the little round face, and it's got a very simple hole to loop into top and bottom. And I got all these cute beads with it. Some are glass, some are plastic. Like, I believe, I can't tell you for sure, but I think the roses are metal coating plastic. They could be metal. I don't know. All the other beads are glass. Nice little toggle. But as you can see, it broke off because they're together. This should be hooked like that. So those were $1 each. So that ends the jewelry part of my video. I think that was it. So I'm going to end this video, and I'm going to do the craft supplies as my second video. And then after that, I'll show you all the all the non-crafting and jewelry we purchased. That is more glassware and stuff to resell on eBay. So if you like this video, please like it. Some of this stuff will be sold. Some of it will be taken apart for parts. I'm going to get really aggressive with my Etsy shop and my eBay shop in the coming weeks. We are going to be selling a lot of jewelry and all kinds of stuff that we have coming up. So I hope to get back to that very soon. The volume of stuff I have is to the point where I have got to start selling some of it. Not sure what I'm going to sell, what I'm going to use myself, but just starting in a couple weeks, start just checking out my eBay and my Etsy shop. Both links are down below. I will be blogging on some of what I do as well. But I will be back soon. If you're not a subscriber, I'd appreciate if you'd give me a chance and subscribe. I'm, usually do more crafting videos. I'm toward the end of babysitting. It looks like my daughter might be able to retire and take care of her till she waits for the baby in as early as 6 weeks or 2 months. So after that, you'll have me 40 hours a week, and I'll be able to do a lot of content. So we're getting closer. We're getting closer. So I'll be back soon. You can see there's a lot of craft supplies over here I'm going to go through with you. And there's more than that. So I'll be back with the second video as soon as this one posts. I'll get that one uploaded, and I'm going to go right in and record it now. So thanks a lot, and I will be back very soon. Bye. I made an oopsie, so I wanted to show you this last bracelet because I thought it was special enough to show you. As I ended the video and got out the crafts, I realized I had not shown you one of my favorite bracelets. This is glass or stone. They're absolutely stunning beads. And they've got gorgeous brass spacers. So if you made it to the end of my video, I'll put a disclaimer at the front that I added a bracelet at the end. But this one is absolutely stunning. It came with the ones I bought the craft supplies for $25. I paid $1 for this bracelet. Anyway, just wanted to add that. I'll put a disclaimer at the front so that you'll know it's back here. But I just had to share this with you. It's just a gorgeous, very, very heavy, beautiful bracelet. Bye now.